This is Kent, Washington, scene of the last and crucial race in the Trans-American Championship Series. The cars are on the pace lap before the start of this final contest. After 11 races covering 9 states and 10 months, the decision will be made here. Camaro is 11 points behind and cannot win the series, regardless of how well it does today. The only contenders are Mustang and Cougar, separated by only 1 point. Each team is fielding its best drivers. Gurney and Jones for Cougar, Titus and Ron Bucknam for Mustang. Because whichever car places ahead of the other in this race will win the championship. The clock is running and the cars are away on the decisive round of their 12-race encounter. Mark Donahue, starting on the pole, gets off in front. Knotted up behind Donahue and jockeying for position are Bucknam, Jones, Gurney, Titus, and Milton Minter's Mustang. Jerry Grant in a Camaro makes a slashing bid for position, but his car is in serious trouble. At the top of the pack, the name of the game seems to be Catch Donahue. And as he has proven with dismaying frequency in the latter part of the series, he's not an easy man to catch. The race is beginning to settle down. The Camaro is lodged in first, closely pursued by Jones. Gurney tries and succeeds in passing Bucknam's Mustang for third. Gurney has what looks like a gas leak. He's splashing fuel out of his tank on the corners. Behind the leaders are Titus and Minter. The Cougars are running nose to tail ahead of the Mustang. Bucknam is moving extremely well, but his car is showing slight signs of overheating. Along with the 2 factory Cougars, a private entry driven by Alan Moffat also could be a contender. A question of strategy arises. Donahue's in front, but he's not the man to beat for the series title. Cougar has to finish ahead of Mustang to take the championship. Should they pour it on and race for the Camaro, or save their cars in the earlier lap to give them some reserve for the final sprint with Ford to the checkered flag? The plan seems to be simply to stay ahead of the Mustang, letting Donahue burn up the track to take the individual win. And this he's doing in a spectacular manner, lapping Moffat's 8th-place Cougar. Jones is in the pit. His car won't restart, and it looks like he's finished. The full burden of responsibility has fallen on Gurney. With no backup man to protect the team's position, he must stay ahead of Bucknam. The Moffat Cougar is now too far back to help.
You know, major racing series often turn on small developments, and such was certainly the case in 1967, as Bud Moore's factory Cougar team went after the Trans-Am Championship. Kent, Washington was the site of the series finale. The Ford Motor Company showdown pitted the Cougars against Ronnie Buckner's Mustang, and the outcome decided by a loose gas cap. Here's the final chapter of Cougar Capers.
Gurney's losing gas again. It looks like a faulty catch on the cap, and there's a spin on the S's. Not too serious, but Gurney's being flagged into the pits. The officials are ordering him to fix his gas leak. It's a minor problem and easy to repair, but the stop has given Bucknam 2nd place, and every second's delay in the pits means a longer lead over the luckless Gurney. The Moffat Cougar is out of contention. 38 seconds in the pits. Not long when you consider that the Cougar is driven flat out for more than 3,500 miles to move within striking distance of the championship. But it's long enough to give Bucknam a firm hold on 2nd place and the series victory to Mustang. The gap is too broad and the time remaining too short for Gurney to catch Bucknam, even though the Mustang's engine is heating up with every lap. But despite Camaro's victory at Kent and a heartbreaking loss of the series to Mustang, it's been a fine year for Team Cougar. They drove a new and unproven car to within seconds of the Trans-American Championship. And after 10 months of great racing, they're really ready for next year.
In fact, Mark Donahue and Chevrolet took the Trans-Am title the next 2 years. Mercury didn't claim a championship until 1984, when it won the first of 4 in a row. Where are they now? Well, Dan Gurney remains active in American road racing as manager of Toyota's IMSA GTP team. Parnelli Jones is coaching his sons, Paige and PJ, who are following in his footsteps. Bud Moore still builds Ford stock cars, and in its second quarter century, the Trans-Am is the oldest continuously running road race series in America. I'm Dave Despain. Thanks for joining us on this edition of the Glory Days.